Okay, hello everybody. Welcome to my Marvel uh, movie and TV show tier list. Okay, so this was made by a very kind YouTuber that is featured on the channel, Sayari channel. Go subscribe to her. She made this. It's took her a long time, and yeah, welcome. So we're here. Uh, with all the movies. I used to have them sorted, but then the page refreshed itself. So now I don't have all the movies. But who cares? Two of the movies have duplicates, being Endgame and Ant-Man and the Wasp. So yeah, we're gonna start off with Captain America, the First Avenger. I'm gonna say it's a solid B tier. I think it's top of B tier. It's or low A tier. I'm gonna put it top of B tier. I think it was a good movie, but it's just not as good as some of the ones I would put in S and A. X-Men Dark Phoenix, I haven't watched, but I've heard bad things. Neither have I seen the show Peggy Carter. I'm sorry for anyone who has seen the show. It sounds interesting. I might watch it in the future. So this movie right here is Avengers Age of Ultron. So I'm going to give it a C tier, which I'm going to say is around, well, it is. Basically, it's the mid-range. So people may think C tier is bad. No, it's just, it wasn't that exciting. It shared some new characters, but again, those characters in the future movies weren't that exciting. I'm also going to have to say the same thing about Thor. Thor honestly was not very interesting of a movie. It was an origin, yes, but it wasn't very interesting. So Deadpool, I think this is Deadpool 2 right here. And Deadpool 2 is going to be put in a D tier. I'm sorry, Deadpool 2 is not actually that good. It's one of the movies I have watched. I'm going to put Ghost Rider right above Thor because it wasn't a bad movie. I'm going to say a lot of people like this movie and some people don't. I'm fine with it. You know, it wasn't a bad movie. Guardians of the Galaxy, I'm going to also have to put in this tier. I think, actually, no, in B tier. I really enjoyed the first Guardians of the Galaxy. I wouldn't say it's better than Captain America, the first Avenger, but I am going to say it is pretty good. The Elektra film is horrible. This is F tier. I haven't actually... there's no explanation for that. If you do want an explanation on why it's horrible, watch the pitch meeting on the Screen Rant channel by Ryan George. Shang-Chi, I haven't got to watch it yet. I'm waiting for it to come on Disney Plus. But the Black Panther movie is, I'm going to say, an A tier. It's not an S tier, but it was a really good movie. I'm going to have to put Endgame S tier. I really, really, really liked this movie. It's definitely one of the best Marvel movies put out there. Yeah. So Ant-Man and the Wasp, it's gonna be a B tier for me. Below Guardians of the Galaxy. It wasn't a bad movie. It was also not the best movie. I'm probably gonna put it at bottom B tier. And by the way, before I continue on with the tier list, if you do not like my opinions, that is fine. Sayari will also be putting up one of these. Maybe at the same time as mine, I don't know. But yeah. If you don't like my opinion, you can go look at hers if you want. And please don't start a war on opinions, because this is just for opinions. Venom, I honestly didn't dislike that much. Despite what people say, it wasn't a... You know, I think I'm gonna have to say top of D, bottom C. Like, it would be right in the middle of these if we had that, but I'm not going to do that. I will leave it there. So, I'm gonna leave the X-Men movies for later, but let's continue on. Jessica Jones. I watched all 3 seasons of this, and I can say the first season was the only good one. I'm gonna have to put this in a at bottoms. It's better than Thor for the first season, but the 2 seasons are just horrible. The next two, they're not very good. Thor Ragnarok is definitely top of it, like one of the top A tiers. This movie is great. It's funny, and most of the lines were improvised. It's just great. The first Avengers, yeah, it's probably a B tier. It's not. It was good. There's funny moments, but it's not better than Black Panther or Thor Ragnarok. Okay, so we have our second endgame here, and we'll just leave that. Black Widow. So, despite what people say, I actually really like this one. I think it's an A tier. This movie was actually really good, and if you haven't seen it, I'd suggest you watch it. So, I haven't seen any of the Blade movies. So, we're going to instantly take off the Blade movies because I haven't seen them. And I don't even know if they're on Disney Plus. And at that, also with that stating, I haven't seen the Punisher movies. And I will just take out everything I haven't seen right now. The Inhumans I haven't seen, the New Mutants, I've heard bad things about it. I haven't seen the second Ghost Rider. There's the other Blade. Is that it? Is that everything I haven't seen? Yeah, that should be Oh, wait. Yeah, that's everything. Howard the Duck I haven't seen. Also not famous for being a good film. I'm gonna say that. Infinity War. Okay, Infinity War. There's a controversial opinion that Infinity War is 100% better than Endgame. I don't know if it's just me, but I enjoyed Endgame a bit more. I really like the consequence. Both of the movies are sort of equal. One of them has a leg up, and I'm gonna have to say it's Endgame, just because it's the ultimate ending to a lot of the characters. Spoilers, by the way, to Iron Man and to Captain America. A lot of the endings happen there, and they start off really cool and good things. Okay, so this is Captain Marvel. I'm gonna have to say Captain Marvel is middle D tier. I enjoyed Venom more than Captain Marvel. I'm not necessarily saying it was a bad film. It was just so bland that when I watched it, it felt like I just wasted my time. It was better than Deadpool 2 for sure, but it wasn't that good. So Daredevil was the actual film, was not good. Is it better than Elektra? I'll just leave it behind Elektra, because these two aren't really movies that people watch, and I would not suggest them. Okay, Daredevil, the TV show. This show is great. I'm putting it in the S tier because it was a great show. All 3 seasons are good. Season 2 is probably the worst of the 3, and it's only because of the parts with the character Elektra. So you see why Elektra the movie is down here. Daredevil the movie was not good. I'm just gonna say that there. Same thing with Elektra. There's not much to say about them. They're bad movies. So Marvel the Defenders. So was this a good show? No, it wasn't very good. It was like 6 episodes, and half the episodes was waiting for the characters to meet each other. Was it a cool crossover? Yeah, and I think if they do something like this with Charlie Cox in the MCU now, well, maybe I think they can do it better. I'm gonna have to put it below Jessica Jones. Because overall, the 2 bad seasons Jessica Jones was probably better than all of the Defenders. So Captain America, and I think this is the Winter Soldier. Yeah, this is Captain America and the Winter Soldier. This is another S tier. I can't say if I like Daredevil or Captain America and the Winter Soldier better, but definitely Captain America and the Winter Soldier is probably one of the best Marvel movies out there. Fantastic. So there's a lot of controversy here. This movie is apparently called Fantastic Four, but I'm pretty sure it's Fantastic. Look, FANT4 STIC. That's Fantastic. Fantastic, by the way, is probably the worst movie. Yeah, it's not good. So Luke Cage, I got through almost all of season 1. So I'm only going to rate this as the episodes I've seen. Same thing with Iron Fist, because I've only seen the first episode, and it was not good. We're just going to immediately put Iron Fist here in the top of F tier. Yeah, it wasn't that good. Same thing for Luke Cage. I'm sorry, it was worse than Jessica Jones. It's season 1, which season 1 was the only thing that lifts it to a C tier. So, I'm sorry, Luke Cage, but you couldn't surpass Jessica Jones here. The Punisher. I've watched the whole show of this one. Daredevil and Punisher and Jessica Jones are the 3 of the Netflix originals that I watched the full show of. The Punisher was not that bad, but it was also not the best. I'm going to have to put it above Jessica Jones and above Thor, but not above Ghost Rider or Age of Ultron. Marvel's The Runaways. So this was an okay show until it went over the top, which is just what Marvel loves doing. So I'm going to have to say it was better than The Defenders, but not that much better. Okay, so we got the Falcon and the Winter Soldier. So, yeah, I should make show essays like talking about why I despise some of these shows, but I have a lot of time today, so I can just go over some of the reasons why. So the reason why I'm going to put this lower than people would expect is only because of the ending and the second character, Bucky Barnes, wasn't used as much as I think he should have. They used a lot of Falcon, which I'm fine with, but I think if they just had a bit more episodes to like show off Bucky, and at the end, it really annoyed me when they did Captain America and the Winter Soldier, because spoilers, Falcon is now Captain America, but the whole point of Bucky's arc was that he was trying to not be the Winter Soldier. They sort of completely forgot about that until the end, and I think that wasn't the smartest choice. Also, the power broker was so obvious, and the villain sort of didn't make sense, but also made sense sometimes. It wasn't that bad. It was better than the Defenders, the Runaways, Jessica Jones, Thor, and the Punisher. So you guys might be mad that B tier, my B, A, and S are really high. These are my S, A, and B are my high expectations, and C is the mid-range, and then D and F are my low expectation. Okay. Thor: The Dark World. Second worst movie. It was so boring. That's all I can say. Fantastic Four. This is a part of the original Fantastic Four, where Johnny Storm was played by Chris Evans. So this one, people would say is bad, but again, rewatching it recently, it wasn't that bad. It's better than Deadpool 2. Iron Man. So this is the original Iron Man right here. This goes immediately into S. people are going to be controversial about this, but I think it's top of A tier or bottom S. And I think we just need to put more things in A instead of S at the moment. So I'm going to put it top of A. I'm actually going to change my decision. Captain America is definitely better than Black Widow, the first Avenger. Yeah, I'm just going to say that one. Okay, Marvel's What If. So the show isn't exactly done yet. So it's hard to rate this one, but out of the episodes that are out, so what if Peggy Carter became the super soldier? What if T'Challa was Star-Lord? Whatever the other episodes are called. I know the Avengers die in one episode. The zombies one. The Doctor Strange one was definitely the best one. I'm gonna have to say, so far it's low B. So far, I enjoyed some of the episodes, but some of them I didn't really enjoy. Specifically being, what was the episode? The one where they all die, by Hank Pym. Spoilers, by the way. Yeah. That's really the only one I disliked. Iron Man 3. So this one is also another one that is an F tier, but I'm pretty sure it's better than all of these right here. The reason Iron Fist is so high, by the way, is because I haven't watched all the show. I've heard Season 2 is much better than Season 1, and I only watched the first episode. Ant-Man. So this is original Ant-Man, and I'm going to have to put it top of B. Top of B. Yeah, top of B. I enjoyed it more than Ant-Man and the Wasp, but I mean, it still doesn't live up to the high expectations of Iron Man 1, Thor Ragnarok, Black Panther, Captain America, a lot of these just outshine it. And I actually changed my mind. Iron Man definitely goes top of S. I mean, bottom S. I think that's a better placing there. Okay, so The Amazing Spider-Man. So this one is another one that people might get mad at. The Amazing Spider-Man, after rewatching it, wasn't actually that bad. I'm going to have to say The Amazing Spider-Man probably is one of my favorite. It probably would go into the B-C range. I'm going to put it above. You see, I'm only going to put it below Marvel's What If because Marvel's What If still has chance to redeem itself. Yeah, that's the only reason. Captain America Civil War. Okay, Captain America Civil War is a decent film. I'm going to have to put it in A tier, but I wouldn't put it above the OG Cap, Black Panther, Thor Ragnarok. I'm going to have to say Thor Ragnarok, Black Panther, and Captain America are probably normally would be an S, but I'm trying to keep it pretty balanced out here and going for a casual viewer. If you're a casual viewer who knows about the characters, you wouldn't like, per se, some of these films like The Amazing Spider-Man, or per se the Sam Raimi Spider-Man, because their Peter is different from. Well, I'm going to admit The Amazing Spider-Man did have the most Peter-like Peter. Not looking like the most Peter-like Peter, or exactly acting like how he acts sometimes. But he does, in some moments, act like you would think. So is this the first Hulk? Yeah, this is the first Hulk. I can't remember this one. I'm sorry to people who have watched it. I can't really remember that. This is Spider-Man 2 from the Sam Raimi series. Spider-Man 2. Spider-Man 2 is definitely. It's not my favorite, but it's definitely an S tier. let's see, what else? We have Doctor Strange. So, Doctor Strange, I'm going to have to say the what if episode. I know I've been saying I'm going to have to say, but the what if episode with Doctor Strange, that whole episode was better than the actual Doctor Strange movie. So, I'm putting Doctor Strange below at the top of D tier. You know, it just wasn't that good of a movie compared to the actual episode of What If. So again, with putting some good movies where they belong, we got in the C tier, Guardians Volume 2. Actually, no. Bottom B tier. I really like Yondu, and they really did a lot in the movie. Some people disliked the movie. I really enjoyed it. As a casual viewer, it was not that bad. It was actually pretty good. So I'm not sure if there's more episodes of Cloak and Dagger, but I did watch all of the first 2 seasons. Is there a season 3? I don't know. But I did watch the first 2 seasons, and I can say it was better than the Runaways, but not better than Jessica Jones season 1. Which is the only reason it's staying there. Let's see, what else do we got? We got the Fantastic Four, the OG Fantastic Four. This movie is also not that bad, C tier. It probably was better than the Defenders and the Runaways, though. Again, they were... All of C tier is just really... It wasn't amazing, but it wasn't bad. Like... The characters they introduced in Age of Ultron. Yes, Quicksilver died, and he could have been a cool character, but then Scarlet Witch and Vision, for the rest of that, I didn't really like them in Infinity War. And when she came back in Endgame, it didn't really matter until WandaVision, which I guess I'll do next. I didn't really like them. WandaVision was not that bad. So I'm going to say the ending was probably the worst part of the show. But the rest of the show was great. The ending was the worst because they marveled it, as I'm going to say. And they went over the top, big CGI battle, and it didn't fit with the rest of the tone of the show. It seemed a little out of place. But then, after the battle, it wasn't that bad. And I'm going to have to say, this probably goes... Let's see, where did I put Falcon and the Winter Soldier? It was better than Falcon and the Winter Soldier, and better than Ghost Rider. But it could have gone to B if the ending wasn't bad. Okay, so this is the Amazing Spider-Man 2, and this is an obvious opinion. Top of... No, just kidding, not top of S tier. But definitely, it was much worse than... I think I prefer watching this over Thor the Dark World and Fantastic. I'm going to have to admit there. Okay, so Ant-Man and the Wasp Duplicate is back. So now we have the Spider-Man 3. Spider-Man 3 was not bad. It was actually a decent movie. I'm going to have to put it in A tier, but not the top of it. Nowhere near close. Deadpool. Okay, Deadpool is another movie where I can say I really enjoyed it. Was it for the story? No. I'm going to put it top of B tier. Actually, no. Yeah, right there. That's how I feel about that movie. It wasn't amazing, and you didn't watch it for the story. You watched it because it seemed funny. Okay. Continuing on, we got Spider-Man 1, which I think deserves B tier. It was good. It started up the trilogy, but I think somehow 3 and 2 outshine it just because... Actually, no. I want to switch places, actually. 3 goes in B, 1 goes in A. Yeah, I think I want that to go like that. Yeah. That's perfect. I think 1 was better than 3, but it wasn't better than 2. And 3 was the worst of all, but it wasn't D tier or F tier quality. Because it wasn't that bad, still. Okay, so now we got we got a couple more movies. We only got a couple more movies that aren't the X-Men ones. So we're going to start off with the Loki TV show. So, despite what people say, I didn't dislike it. Is it better than What If so far? People would say no, but I think it deserves about the same tier as What If. Whoops. Yeah, just not above, but below for sure. Despite what people say, I've really enjoyed the concept. Was it good? Well, no. The ending was probably the most underwhelming. I am excited for season 2 of both What If and Loki, though. Okay, so Iron Man 2. So this one, I'm going to have to put also in B tier. No, A tier. Probably, yeah, right there, above Deadpool. It wasn't a bad movie, and honestly, it was pretty good. Yeah. So, Marvel's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., I know I didn't watch the full show. I think I made it to about season 2 and then stopped because there was more interesting shows that I could have watched. And I'm going to admit, from what I watched, it deserves D tier. No, yeah, D tier. Probably below everything in D tier. It wasn't very interesting, like, at all. Okay, Spider-Man, the 2 Spider-Man films. So we're going to start with Homecoming first. Homecoming was actually really good. I really enjoyed it. It's probably, yeah, it's probably one of my top 4 in the A tier. Yeah, for sure. I really liked it. And despite popular opinion to dislike Far From Home, even though, because it was basically Homecoming, but 2, which is what it was technically, but they reused basically everything in Homecoming. I'm gonna have to admit, it was not better than Ant-Man Guardians. It was probably right there, middle B, yeah. Okay, so now the last movie that we have that is not a part of the X-Men is The Incredible Hulk. Was this a good movie? Not really. Was it a bad movie? Not really. So I'm going to have to admit, I'm going to put it above Doctor Strange in D tier. I think that's a comfortable spot for it. Like, if you wanted to watch, like, say, the MCU timeline of movies, and the Incredible Hulk is right there. It would be the 5th movie you would watch. You can honestly skip the Incredible Hulk because they basically do nothing with it. It's just an origin that the origin feeds off of the first Hulk, which I don't remember, but I can remember this one. It's a bit confusing, I know, but Ooh. Okay, we're finally on the X-Men. So we're going to start with the good and then go into the bad. So, the good, we're going to start with Logan. Probably one of my favorite X-Men movies that exists to this day. This is an S-tier movie because the ending, even though they revived him at the end, spoilers, it was still a great movie. I really liked it. It gave actual, character to Wolverine, and it made him feel like he was in danger, which isn't something they really enjoy doing in Marvel. They don't, like Deadpool, you didn't have the danger, but you also weren't there for, like, per se, you weren't there for the story. In Thor Ragnarok, his hammer breaks. You feel the danger. And Black Panther, he almost dies. And Captain America, he was a skinny guy. Will he be able to live up? Spider-Man, can he live up to his mentor, Iron Man? Civil War, there's conflict between the two, and Cap, has to choose his best, one of his best friends, stuff like that. I got to admit. Okay, so I think this right here is X-Men First Class. Yeah, I think this is X-Men First Class. I won't do that one yet. Because I said I would do the good first. So, Okay, let me think just for a second. This was not scripted, by the way. I don't script for my videos. I'll probably edit this little part out. Okay. Let's see. Let's see. I just wanna get something. Okay. So, these movies aren't the best, and I'm gonna say that right here. We already have some of their films already put in, already ready for their spots. Like, I've heard the New Mutants are horrible, and if I did watch them, I probably would say they would be an F tier, because I watched the pitch meeting. Dark Phoenix would also be an F tier. So I'm gonna put all of them in their rightful spot. X-Men definitely goes here, below the Defenders. X-Men Origins Wolverine is hilariously funny, but it's not actually that good. I'm gonna have to put it here in D tier. Yeah, right there. X-Men Apocalypse. I'm sorry, it's not that good. X-Men. Oh wait, what is the X-Men I put in there? Oh, that's the wrong X-Men I put in there. That's the X-Men. This is The Last Stand. X-Men The Last Stand is, if I remember, the only one I really enjoyed watching, but I still got to admit, I wouldn't put it there. I would also put them there. Honestly, the X-Men, the reason I saved them for last is a lot of them I would put really low. Like, incredibly low. I actually haven't watched this one. I guess I should eventually. This is First Class. Again, First Class wasn't phenomenal. And this one I think is Days of... I don't remember that one. What is that one? I can't... What are the X-Men movies? X-Men movie timeline. What is that one? So that's... So... That is Days of Future Past. But what is... Yeah, I think this is Days of Future Past. Then there's Last Stand. So I think they probably all deserve C tier and one in F tier and then one in D tier. They weren't that good and they weren't phenomenal. But yeah, here is the full tier list on Marvel movies. Don't kill me for this opinion, please. I hope you enjoy it. This, I got to relive my movie past. Hope you enjoy this video. Goodbye.